real quick, I got a special announcement for you guys. Right now, we're running a special promotion over on poodlecfb.com. If you use code WINTER with a capital W, you will receive 40% off the annual deal, which basically locks you in from now and the majority of CFB 26. It's one of the fastest growing communities, so you definitely want to get in now so you'll be locked in for next year. And if you want to stick to the monthly plan, we're running 20% off on the monthly if you use code WINTER2025 with a capital W. So make sure to check it out. The codes and links will be down below in the description and in the comments. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Poodle back with another CFB 25 video, and in today's video I'm going to go over an insane glitch in Dynasty mode. Before we get into the video, guys, as always, if you haven't already, check out poodlecfb.com. Guys, this is the fastest growing college football community. We are absolutely killing it over there. Every member we got in there are some of the brightest minds of the community. Everyone's sharing info. You don't want to miss it. And the beauty of right now signing up with code WINTER, capital W or WINTER 2025, code WINTER gets you $40 off the annual plan. Code WINTER 2025 gets you 20% off the monthly. And the beauty of using them right now is that college football 26 is right around the corner. So these are recurring discounts. If you lock yourself in now, you will keep that discount going to next year and basically lock yourself in for that entire year. You don't want to miss it. Lots and lots of people have been taking advantage of this discount. Get in now before we get into the new season. And guys, I want to start a little fun thing we could do here with some of the people who do tune in early. The first person to DM me on Twitter asking for a specialized coupon code will get a special discount off a plan of their choice on poodlecfb.com. So if you're watching early, DM me on Twitter and I'll send you guys a custom coupon code. This will be for one person per video, so make sure to be on the lookout when I do post. But that's about it. Let's get into it, guys. So let's start with the players leaving phase. So if you see here, every time you advance, you guys will see players at risk. As you see here, Brown, the cornerback, and Basher are at risk to transfer. Now, depending on your season, this will vary. And of course, remember, you can't position edit players who are NIL players, so keep all that in mind as we do go through this video. As I always tell you guys, I could set up the exact scenario for you and work it through, but it takes a lot of time on my end for really not much more of a benefit to you because I can just explain it pretty well. So every season you have this, and there's a few reasons why they transfer. It's usually tied to a deal breaker and a few different deal breakers, but typically losing games, bad playing style, plenty of things you do in season could cause a player to transfer. Nothing's worse than having a 5-star, like an 88, 90 overall player, or having such a bad season that you have like 790 overalls about to transfer and you're going to lose your entire program and everything you worked for. So this glitch does allow you to stop them from transferring out of your program no matter what. There are a few caveats, of course, but they aren't caveats to stop you from doing it. They're just things to be things to be thinking about when doing it, just to make sure you don't make any mistakes with this. So when you see your players transfer and you get to the end of the season, you see it. So I actually had a season with LSU where I went on vacation, and this is another big reason why I love it, because I went on vacation for about 7 to 8 days. When I got back, I had 5 forced losses. My entire team was ready to transfer out, like 88 through 95 overalls across the board, ready to transfer out. Of course, some ended up getting just drafted, but the risk to transfer was there for basically my entire class above 88. And it really upset me. So this is something that works really great for us. What you want to do is before the player's leaving phase, like heading out of the natty, if you're not in the playoffs, you know, so on and so forth, make sure to check this out when doing this. So you go to that page that you see players willing to transfer, take a screenshot of that. Once you have a screenshot of that, you want to go over to your roster and you want to do some position editing here. Now, the only reason I said there are some caveats to this is because there's two things to keep in mind when doing position editing. First and foremost, you can't do real life players like Jalen Milroe. So remember, if you're starting a fresh dynasty, your players that are actually there in real life, NIL players, can't be touched. So this basically works for everything beyond that. So that's fine. The second caveat, remember, we don't typically like to change the position of quarterbacks, running backs, and wide receivers because of how archetypes will work. So wide receivers not as much, but quarterbacks and running backs to me are a big no-no. So if you have a quarterback that's about to transfer out at like an 88 overall, remember, changing his position will actually mess up his archetype. It could mess it up pretty badly. And the running back, on the flip side, you're going to lose him anyways, right? If you're, let's say they're like likely to leave, like full red, it may be worthwhile doing no matter what because you're going to lose him. So would you rather someone else get him at a really good archetype or at least destroy him first, right? You know what I mean? Like, would you rather just keep him as a broken strong arm, fine, no abilities, or would you rather give him someone else really good? So keep that in mind. Now remember, if their bar's only like really small green or really small yellow on a quarterback or running back, I would steer clear of this for those positions only because you have a chance of still holding on to them. So that's the first part of this. So what you want to do is you identify this list of players. Let's say it's going to be Roberts, Lawson, Nicholson. These guys are leaving, and Jackson. All three of these guys are leaving. Forget Nicholson, Proctor. Those 4 guys are leaving, and they're going to be off your team, and you don't want your opponents to get them, and you're really upset about it. What you actually can do is you can go onto the player, but this has to be done before the player's leaving screen. And again, I can't do it with non-NIL players, so that's going to be part of the issue here. But you go to edit player, and you're going to want to change them into a kicker or a punter. If you change him into a kicker or a punter, again, an NIL player, again, if I set this up, it takes a lot of time. You go to kicker, punter on them. You move them all to kicker, punter. Only the ones that are leaving. Now, another caveat, if you're in an online league, yes, this works, but just be careful. If there's any person that likes to check rosters sporadically and see sketchy things, they may notice it. Where is this more beneficial? Kind of when it's like in year 4 or 5 and you have all these recruits and no one really knows your players, but they're going to be people. So just keep that in mind when doing this. Do it right before advance. If you want to be sneaky about it, again, I'm just the messenger. Don't kill me. Make him a kicker or a punter. If you make him a kicker or a punter, when you advance to the players leaving phase, which is a few weeks after this, when you advance to the players leaving phase, they actually won't show on your players leaving board. Kickers and punters don't show up there. Now, if you go to your roster and you actually go look at them, and you go to the deal breaker right above my head, right there, it'll still show red like they're leaving, but because they're not in the players leaving phase, you don't have to try to retain them, and they just stay. Now, going into the next season, or take a step back, once you advance past that and you get to the position change week or whatever, you can move them right back to their spots. I recommend waiting till then because you can see the archetype they're going to. The only thing there is that you might wait a little too long and people might catch on. So keep that in mind again. But you move them to kicker, punter before players leaving. You get their players leaving, you can move them right back. Now, going to the next season, it may once again show that they want to leave again. That's fine. That's normal. If you don't fix the deal breaker, of course. If it was just a bad season like I had with losing a bunch of games, that won't happen again. I'm good. If it was a playing style thing, like you don't run the ball and you have a running back that wants the deal breaker to run the ball, playing style, that's something you can't fix. Okay, fine. Go ahead and you could just do it again. This is repeatable. This is a way, and what I love about it is, like I always say, like your ceiling's here. This makes your ceiling here because now you won't lose these players. Same thing with the draft. We went over a method like this the other day with the draft. By doing this, you actually avoid the draft. So you can avoid the draft and avoid losing players to the transfer portal. You'll essentially keep all your classes through senior year, no matter what, which raises the ceiling and the floor of your team. Now, one little caveat here is remember, this also will re-roll your abilities. So same concept as quarterback and running back, but a little different. If you move let's say you have a center, you move him to kicker and you move him back to center. His abilities will be re-rolled. Normally, this is a good thing. Now, the only time this would be a bad thing is let's say you have a platinum quick step edge rusher at like an 85 overall, 86 overall, who doesn't really get it yet, but he got it as a freshman coming out of high school, and he came with that ability. You may actually lose that ability. But like I said, if they're red and they're no chance of staying, then who cares? Would you rather give someone else a platinum edge, or would you rather take your chance there and just either break him for the next guy, break him and you still just have him at a high overall, just not the ability, or would you rather give him to someone really juiced up? That's my thought process. So the only thing I'd be careful with is, like I said, look at that bar each and every time before you do this. If their bar is almost fully green and you have a high probability of keeping them, you can just go ahead and keep them. You don't need to force it, especially if you have a guy like, he's really good, I don't want to risk my like a Jalen Milroe type. I don't want to ruin him. He's my best player. I'd rather take my chances. Do it. If he's like mid yellow or higher to like red, you're going to probably lose him anyways. So make sure you do go ahead and take advantage of this. So yeah, abilities will be rerolled, but in most cases, that's actually a good thing. This will give you a chance to get there. You're going to reroll them in the offseason for abilities anyways. So this allows you to save them and do that, guys. So yeah, this is such a great method. Again, can it be scummy? Potentially. But here's what I want to tell you guys. And people have been commenting like, this is scummy. I would never do that. My goal here is to provide information for you so that you're on the same playing field as other people. Because I promise you, there's someone in every league, in most leagues of 10 people or more, that know a thing or two or have found out a thing or two. Because I've made videos about like glitches and stuff. People are like, oh, why'd you put this out there? And I have people commenting saying, oh man, I've been doing that for seven straight seasons in my dynasty. No one knows. Don't put them on. Like, so you think that I'm spreading it for people to learn these things? Sometimes what it is there's already people in your league doing it. All I'm doing is making this even playing ground. In my own league, I've seen this. I've seen people say, how did that 95 overall guy not get drafted? He didn't get drafted and he has all platinum abilities. Looking back, oh, he changed him to a kicker. He re-rolled him back, got his platinum abilities, and avoided the draft. How did that guy keep all his 90 overalls? I couldn't keep my 93. He got drafted. And you just look back, like, this just evens the playing field for basically everyone. So again, you don't have to use it, but it is good for you to understand why certain things happen in your league. And again, hopefully in CFP 26, they change a lot of these things and we have new methods and new strategies. But that's about it, guys. Don't forget to check out poodlecfb.com. You won't regret it. Don't miss out on the discount. Lock yourself in for this season and the next one. Great community we have in there of over like hundreds of people. You don't want to miss it. And remember, first person to tweet at me and ask for their custom coupon code will get a special rate that other members are not getting. So make sure to do that. This will be a daily challenge that we do pretty much in each video. So make sure to check that out up until CFP 26, and maybe then if you guys really like it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'm out. Peace.